Constable Debbie May, along with several other forensic service officers, were given the job of recording the scenes inside the Broad Arrow Cafe.
We tried as much as we possibly could to remain detached from the emotional side of the job. Our job is so involved. We spent hours and hours with the bodies that we just couldn't afford to get emotionally involved.
Extraordinary pressure was placed on the civilian staff of the Royal Hobart Hospital. Dr. Tim Lyons.
I think it is true to say that people did become extremely fatigued and tired towards the end of that week, and I think that's reflected in the fact that many people felt tired for a number of weeks afterwards. But I think that everyone pulled together during that 10-day period in an unparalleled fashion, and I think it's reasonable to quote from Professor John Clements, who's a professor of odontology in Melbourne, who had attended many major crash scenes, including those at Lockerbie and the Townsend Torresden Ferry, and he said he came to Hobart wondering what the feeling would be in the individuals concerned, and he said he found it quite unique, and it was an experience that he felt proud. He said he felt proud to be involved with those people working in the mortuary, and I think that's a compliment from an experienced person in this field.
During the 18 hours of the siege, Martin Bryant had fired over 250 rounds of .308 ammunition. He had come armed and ready for action. Sergeant Gerard Dutton of the Tasmania Police Ballistics Section.
This weapon's a 223 calibre Colt self-loading rifle, model AR-15. This was the weapon that was used in the cafe where 20 people died. This particular gun fires a bullet at around about 3,200 feet per second. This was one of the guns that the offender used at the various scenes at Port Arthur. It's fitted with a 20-round magazine. Brian had with him was this shotgun. It's a Daewoo shotgun made in Korea. It's a self-loading shotgun. Operates, which that means every time you pull the trigger there's a shot fired. This was found in the boot of his vehicle with a loaded magazine. Holds 10 cartridges. This bag of 308 cartridges was found also in the Volvo vehicle at the toll booth. His car, you see, he was well prepared for whatever he had planned.
In a first for Tasmania Police, the entire investigation file was compiled on computer. Task Force investigator Robert Bond.
I'd say probably over 1,000 people interviewed.
Not just in Australia?
No, certainly not. No, internationally. And it resulted in something like 1,060 statements statements alone being taken, disregarding any other documentation. As far as internationally is concerned, there was inquiries made in England, in America, I think there was one in Sweden. We didn't have to have folders of photos and folders of documentation sitting all around us. Whenever we were addressing a particular issue or a specific issue, we could navigate our way through the file using this system without having to access different folders, perhaps up to 5 or 6 folders at a time, looking at photos or statements. Okay, in this particular instance, this guy Belasco took a video at the scene. Again, we've inputted the video on the computer. If we click on that,
there's somebody going crazy shooting people here. There he is, he's over there. I can't believe it. That's the guy right there. I filmed as much as I could of him shooting, off into the distance and at different objects. At some point he saw me shooting or videotaping because I was sticking out like this behind the camper, the back of the camper, and through the viewfinder I could see him take aim at me with his gun, and I just dropped to the ground. You can see that on the film, and then at the moment you can hear the shot that he shot over my head loud and clear.
So if you hadn't dropped to the ground.
7 months after that April Sunday, Martin Bryant was sentenced to life imprisonment. The case was closed, but the dreadful memories remain. Tasmania Police have been truly put to the test.
Without individualising, in a universal sense, I think that the training, the commitment and the professionalism shone through. We've always practiced and trained for a situation like that, hoping perhaps that it would never happen. So our result, I think, was as good as one could expect under the circumstances.
Yankee 1-1. From the SAG here, can you ascertain, do they have the offender in custody, over?